Welcome to K.Aire Jamz. I am your radio host for the hour, MissTinyTien. Whether you're a regular listener of Aewen Radio, a lovely and loyal YouTube subscriber of mine, or simply a K-pop lover who stumbled upon the best K-pop radio stream ever, you won't be disappointed. K.Aire Jamz is a show fit for all. Before we get to the latest juicy news bits for you news junkies, daydream about idol encounter scenarios for all you fangirls and fanboys, and toss up some underrated song recommendations for all you classy sirs and madams, let's take a listen to a few of my favorite hot releases of the week, starting with Jay Park's I Like to Party. Byung! You just finished listening to a few of my favorite new releases of the week. That was I Like to Party by Jay Park, Born Singer by Bangtan Boys, and Falling in Love by 21. For those of you just joining, you joined just in time. You are listening to K.Aire Jamz with MissTinyTien. Annyeong everyone, welcome to the K-pop music video review and news segment of K.Aire Jamz. Let's take a look at what's currently hot and spicy in the K-pop scene. Well, you guys just listened to 21's new song, Falling in Love. What did you guys think? I, as you guys might expect, loved it. I was so happy to see all four of them together again, and each and every one of the girls looked so gorgeous in the music video. Right when Minzy started singing while sitting on her throne with her golden soft drink cup and pink hair, I fangirled like no other. She's my female crush bias, by the way. And then I don't know how many of you guys are watching the Korean drama Shark, but Lee Soo-hyuk, the actor who played the investigator in Shark, was one of the main guys in the music video. Oh my gosh! Oh, fangirl moment. Anyway, so CL was sexy as always with her on-point English rapping. I loved her turquoise nails. Oh my goodness, they were beautiful. Oh, and Park Bom's blue contacts made her doll eyes just mesmerizing. Dara's blonde hair was dazzling, and oh my goodness, Minzy, she showed so much tummy in this music video. Not okay, Minzy, not okay. But was I the only one to burst out laughing at the 309 mark when Minzy did her cheesy smirk to the guys? I just couldn't take it. Oh, Minzy야 사랑해. You guys can expect to see more of 21 in the near future, as they announced that they were planning to make more appearances on variety shows. Woot woot! Blackjacks, make sure to mark your calendars, as the queens will be making their grand appearance on Running Man at the end of this month. Also, it seems like Tara and Park Bom are going to be doing a new version of 21 TV called Sangpark TV, and they're going to be showing, the lives of 21 behind the scenes and everything, just like 21 TV did. So Blackjacks look forward to that. Now, Cassiopeia and JYJ fans are probably shaking in their seats in anticipation and anxiety for Sia Junsu's solo comeback, which is scheduled to be on the 15th of this month. I know my palms have been sweaty all week. Since JYJ fans are blacklisted from appearing on many of the major broadcasts in Korea, JYJ's company, CJES Entertainment, has been working with Lowen Entertainment to try and show Sia to the public. But the road wasn't as smooth as we'd all like it to be. There was a dispute between the two companies earlier this week because Lowen Entertainment had sent CJES Entertainment a notice backing out of parts of their agreement just 6 days before the showcase. Lowen Entertainment's notice to CJES stated that they would be distributing Sia's album both on and offline, broadcasting the showcase live through Lowen TV instead of the promised Melon TV, and canceling plans for marketing promotions. After the dispute blew up in the media, the two companies luckily met up and reached a smooth agreement in which Sia's comeback will be carried out as previously agreed upon. Sia's showcase will be live streamed through Melon TV, and online music distributions will be continued as planned. Everyone stay tuned for Sia's comeback on the 15th. I'm sure those of you who follow K-pop news even a tiny bit have heard of the biggest scandal this year regarding Army Recruit 7 and Sangchu from Mighty Mouth. For those of you who aren't familiar with the military requirements of South Korea, military service of at least 2 years is mandatory for men between the ages of 18 and 35. Korean soldiers are also required to wear their uniforms while on duty and are not allowed to use cell phones or drink alcohol unless given special permission. On June 25th, it was revealed on SBS's On-Site 21 that these two Army recruits, along with Rain, left their motel at 10 p.m. to go eat chicken and drink soju and beer. After returning to their motel, Seven and Sangchu were caught leaving their dorm again, with their cell phones and in casual clothing, to an adult massage parlor. When the two came out of the massage parlor, they tried to snatch their microphones away from the waiting reporters, damaging one of the cameras. When the reporter went into the massage parlor to investigate, it was revealed that the clerk had refunded the equivalent of $147 to Seven and Sangchu telling them that they could not get serviced at the moment. She also mentioned that the people who came to this massage parlor were almost always looking for sex and not just plain massage. One representative tried to explain the situation by insisting that one of them went to the massage parlor to get his bad back and bad knee treated. But when asked why the other one went as well, no answer was given. Sangchu has stated during investigation that he would take responsibility for the situation as a higher-ranking soldier, but that does not in any way excuse Seven from his participation in these wrongdoings. Sangchu's agency, YMC, stated that Sangchu went into the wrong kind of massage parlor by mistake, while looking for a Chinese massage parlor. YG Entertainment has yet to release an official statement on the scandal. From my perspective, this scandal is going to mean the end of Seven and Sangchu's musical career, as behavioral conduct while on military service is taken very seriously by the people of South Korea. I've been a fan of Seven since forever, and a part of me just wants him to pull through this and keep making music, but a part of me also knows that the chances of him doing that is very slim. I can't even imagine how Seven's long-term girlfriend of over 10 years, Park Han-byeol, is coping with the scandal. It seems that Rain was found not to have committed any wrongdoings that night and was discharged from the military on July 10th as planned. He is planning to continue music activities under Cube Entertainment. However, I can't seem to picture Rain under Cube Entertainment. But that's beside the point. Moving on to a lighter topic, for those of you who didn't know, South Korea just began showing their on-stage production of High School Musical on July 2nd, featuring big-name stars like Ryeowook from Super Junior and Luna from FX. Showings will continue until September. Let's take a quick break by listening to Jaejin of FT Island and Choa of AOA's breathtaking cover of Breaking Free from High School Musical. Byung! Following in Luna's footsteps, fellow FX member Krystal was recently confirmed to star in Lee Min-ho's new drama, The Heirs, 상속자들, with other big-name actors and actresses like Park Shin-hye and Kim Woo-bin. The drama will begin airing in October. Congrats, Krystal! Next news update. Heartthrob actor Wonbin is off the market, girls. Hold on while I go cry in the corner for a little bit. Okay, just kidding. So, Wonbin was caught by reporters going on several dates with actress Lee Na-young over the past months, and their dating relationship was confirmed on July 3rd by their agency, Eden 9. Congratulations to the new couple. I'm sure there are many heartbroken women in this world right now, Korean celebrities included. Tara from 21 was quick to show her disappointment on her tweet with hashtag MoveOnDara and hashtag StayStrongDara. I feel ya, Tara 언니. I feel ya. Funny thing, Tara just recently declared Korean actor Kang Dong-won as her new ideal type. Props to Tara 언니 for picking herself up so quickly. Geez, makes me think. Tara's 28, well in the age to be getting married. Her and Park Bom's dating ban was lifted last year, but from what I know, she hasn't had much luck with finding a boyfriend. CL and Minzy's dating ban is going to be lifted next year. Now that I think about it, a lot of the older idol groups are reaching the age to get married. Super Junior and 동방신기 oppas especially. But I don't know, it's kind of sad because their popularity might make them feel insecure about getting close with others. Yep, I'm alluding to the SSang fans. But nonetheless, it looks like Korean celebrities are becoming more and more open about the whole going public with their personal relationships thing. K-pop queen Hyori finally confirmed through a post on her official fan cafe that she will be getting married to her boyfriend of 2 years, Lee Sang-soon. Woohoo! Congratulations! There was a little confusion about the event as Hyori and Sang-soon's agencies first confirmed the marriage and then almost immediately switched to denying the news on the same day. Hyori's post, however, confirms the happy event, explaining that she and her fiancé will be getting married sometime in September. She also mentioned that she was sorry the news wasn't able to be released with a bit more style, as the couple hadn't even had the chance to notify their parents of the marriage before making the public announcement. Oh man, it's definitely hard to live life as a celebrity. Nonetheless, congratulations to Hyori and Lee Sang-soon. As with Wonbin being taken off the market, I'm sure many Hyori fans are bitter about seeing the queen of K-pop tying the knot. It's okay though, all of our idols are bound to find someone special someday, right? Well, I hope you all feel a bit more in the loop after that news segment. Coming up next, the Spazzing Segment. Lock your doors, shut your windows, grab a plushier pillow, and prepare yourselves for some hardcore fangirling and fanboying with MissTinyTien, only on K.Aire Jamz, after this short break. Welcome back from the break. You just listened to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by Hyori featuring CJF Fresh Boys, I'm Going Crazy by Seven, and First Love 첫사랑 by After School. The time has finally come. It's time for all fangirls and fanboys to unleash their inner desires only here on the Spazzing Segment of K.Aire Jamz with MissTinyTien. On this segment, I will pick several viewer and listener responses to an imaginary K-pop idol scenario given in the last episode. Afterwards, I will also give my answer to the same scenario. Now, because today is the first episode of K.Aire Jamz, I gave my scenario in a YouTube video to all of my lovely subscribers. The scenario for this episode is as follows. You and one other close friend decide to go on a beach trip. However, you two decide only to rent one room in a dandy beach house in order to save money. When you guys arrive at your beach house, you realize that you will be spending your vacation with two other housemates who are none other than your top two K-pop biases. The guide questions were, who are those two biases? Who would get to hang out with who? And what would be the first thing that you guys do the next day? MissTinyTien says she would go on a trip with G-Dragon and Taeyang. She'd get to hang out with G-Dragon mostly, while her friend got to hang out with Taeyang. They would have a picnic out on the beach first thing the next day and build a sandcastle together. You know, MissTinyTien, if I was that friend that went on the beach trip with you, you wouldn't see much of GD. For those of you guys who don't know, GD is my ultimate bias of K-pop. He's mine. Just kidding. ALSK20's two chosen biases were Tiffany of SNSD and Nickun of 2PM. His friend would spend the day with Nickun while he got to hang out with Tiffany. They would have a nice meal together, and then ALSK20 would take both Tiffany and Nickun away, leaving his friend behind. How heartless. He says Tiffany and Nickun would end up being his new best friends at the end of the trip. Oh, that's sweet. Chi-Lei says her two biases would be Daehyun of BAP and Jimin of BTS. Oh, Jimin's my bias too. She'd like to hang out with both and leave her friend alone. But being the good friend that she is, she'd hang out with Daehyun first and then switch after a couple of hours. The next day, they would go to the beach as a group and talk about how she will marry both Daehyun and Jimin. Oh boy, poor friend of yours. Man, it looks like most of you would ditch your friends for your idols. Shame on you all. I would never do such a thing. VanNhumy says, my two biases would be Top and Jaejung. My friend Kimi is the one on this trip with me. I would faint on the spot. Well, more realistically speaking, I would try to play it cool since I'm a foreigner, assuming that we're in Korea, and just introduce ourselves to each other, telling them that we want to have a good time. I would tell Top how much I admire his voice and that I think he's really cool. To Jaejung, I would tell him that I'm very pleased to meet him and that his laughter brings me peace. Especially when he played Chamuwon on Protect the Boss. I could just relate so much to him giving everything to one person without getting much in return. His laughter and smile are the cutest things ever. Without a doubt, I would pick to hang out with Jaejung. I feel like there is so much to him that a lot of people don't understand or can connect to him well. The next day, we could go walk around the beach and get to know each other. I know he has a sad past, so I want to hear his experiences. We could have a bonfire, and I could rest my head on his shoulders. I don't know what crazy shenanigans my friend Kimmy would be doing, assuming she didn't die of a heart attack from eating Top. I just think I want to avoid fangirling in front of them as much as possible, because that's probably why they went away on a beach trip in the first place, to get away from all the crazy fangirls they have. Jaejung has a kind soul and warm heart, and I really want to be able to experience that in person. Hopefully I could get his number or email so we could keep in touch with each other. Aww, that sounds like such a realistic scenario. Haydn's two chosen biases were Jessica and Yuna from SNSD. Haydn would get to hang out with Jessica while his friend got to hang out with Yuna. They would make some salty kimbops and then play some beach volleyball and make sandcastles. When the sun went down, they would watch the sunset and take a picture before they forget. That's really important. Taking pictures is definitely very, very important. Good thinking, Haydn. So this next response is from my friend, actually, from Seattle, Washington. She's been fangirling crazy over EXO recently, and so she sent me this response. It's written in first person, and so the friend that she's taking with her on the trip is me. Ha 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 ha. Okay, here goes. I get Chris and you get Tanya because Chris is older, more mature, and tall as heck. Me likey. You get Tanya because he's super babyface cute and has a damn sexy low voice. And he's kinda childlike, like you. The activity we would do the next day is surfing. You are eager to learn, and Tanya is like, I'll teach you. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then Chris would be like, oh, you don't want to surf? And I'll be like, no, I'm not really good at active sports. He'll be like, oh, I see. I'll keep you company. Do you like ice cream though, right? I would nod. While Tanya is teaching you, he goes behind you and helps position your arms. Chris sees that I have ice cream on my nose and wipes it. He kind of chuckles like a dork. Oh my god. Oh, cute. That's why you're my friend. That's why you're my friend. Now, those answers were pretty good, I have to admit. I'll give you guys props for those answers. However, you guys all know that I am the queen of scenarios. Just kidding. Not. So I'll give you guys my answer now. My two biases would be Zello of BAP and Jin of BTS. I would, of course, get to hang out with Zello, while my friend, whose bias is Jin of BTS, would get to hang out with Jin. The next day, my friend and I would wake up to the lovely smell of eggs and bacon. We would walk into the kitchen and see Zello and Jin waiting for us. Zello gets up as soon as he sees us Nunas walk in, and walks over to me, inviting me to sit down across from him. Jin motions my friend to take a seat next to me, across from himself. We eat a heart-fluttering breakfast while talking about ourselves and how we love the beach. Somehow, we get onto the topic of volleyball. We tell the boys that we used to be on a volleyball team together, and the boys respond back in surprise, saying that they love playing volleyball. Next activity set. We grab the volleyball, which is magically right by the door, and head down to the beach, which also just happens to have a volleyball net. Zello and I are on one team, while Jin and my friend made up the other team. I tell Zello, Zella, Nuna used to be a left hitter. And he's like, oh really? We're a perfect match then, 'cause I used to be a setter on my school team. I chuckled and high-fived him, telling him victory was ours. Jin asked my friend what position she used to play, and she barely manages to tell him amongst all her stuttering that she used to play receiver. Jin is amazed and gives her a wink. Haydn, he says. The game starts, and of course Zella and I play in complete sync. After every point, he would jump in excitement and say, Nuna, 최고, meaning, Nuna, you're the best. I would blush and give him a wink. My friend did not have her head in the game at all, since she was busy being googly-eyed over Jin. One of my spikes hits her on the head, and we all run over to her asking if she was okay. Jin says, 바보야, I know I'm dazzling, but pay attention to the game. My friend's face flushes bright red. Jin helps my friend up and asks if she was okay again. My friend said she was fine and put on her game face. I gave Zello a quick look, and we knew the real game was going to start. The second half of the game was intense, leaving all four of us huffing and puffing for air on the sand. Zello and I won the game, of course. And we cooled off with some bubble tea. We split up on dates for the rest of the day, me with Zello and my friend with Jin. The details for those dates, I'll keep to myself. Well, that wraps up the spazzing segment of K.Aire Jamz. I hope you guys enjoyed and got a little fangirling and fanboying out of you. For the next spazzing segment of K.Aire Jamz, let me know what you guys would do if you were put in this following situation. You and your significant other, who is your bias of course, have one kid. Your kid is about to start his first day of kindergarten, but is anxious and doesn't want to leave you two at the gate of the school. How would you two get your child to take his first steps into the classroom? Please don't forget to include who your wife or husband is and whether your child is a boy or a girl. You can email all responses to MissC@Aewen.com or comment on YouTube after I upload this episode of K.Aire Jamz. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, LeggoMissC, LeggoMissC, to see exactly when I upload this episode. It's now time to wrap up K.Aire Jamz with the underrated K-pop song segment. The first underrated K-pop group I will introduce is MYNAME. MYNAME is an underrated 5-member K-pop group that debuted in 2011 with Message. They make great music, but for some reason haven't got much spotlight. If I were to compare their style to a more well-known K-pop group, I'd say their style is similar to Infinite's style. They just released a new album on July 4th that's amazing beyond words. Their new title song, Baby I'm Sorry, came with a music video that gave me chills all over. Let's take a listen to MYNAME's new song, Baby I'm Sorry. If you guys haven't seen the music video for MYNAME's Baby I'm Sorry, I really encourage you to write it down on your to-do list. It's a bit gruesome, however, so viewer discretion is advised. Some of my other personal favorites of MYNAME include Hello and Goodbye and Girlfriend. I'm sure many of you have heard of the hot new rookie group 방탄소년단, Bangtan Boys or BTS for short. Well, I'd like to take this chance to introduce to those of you who are unfamiliar with Korean underground hip-hop, Korean underground rapper, Aewen, spelled I-11-EVN. He was actually training with some of the members of BTS a couple years back, and even participated in BTS's pre-debut track, Bulletproof Part 1, We Are BPB, which was released back in 2010. He placed first in one of Korea's rap battle auditions next to Suga of BTS, who placed second. Aewen decided to take his own path, unlike Suga, leaving the agency and promoting as a solo underground rapper. He has ever since released 2 mixtapes of great tracks, and just released his album in mid-June called Hybrid, with a music video of his new track, Factory Boy, 공장소년. We'll take a listen to one of my favorite tracks from Aewen's new album, Tomorrow Only, 내일만은. Aewen also did a sick cover of Rack City by Tyga in his mixtape, The Next Top 5, called Rap City, which you hip-hop lovers should definitely check out. One of my other favorite tracks from Aewen is titled Monologue, featuring Jun Weather, from his That Boys mixtape. It's a super passionate and meaningful hip-hop track with quite a bit of English, so even non-Korean speakers can get the gist of the message of the song. For those of you not familiar with the K-indie scene, I'd like to introduce to you all one of my favorite K-indie bands, 10cm. They debuted in 2010 and have 2 members, Hwan Sung-yeol, the main vocal and percussionist, and Yoon Chul-jung, who plays guitar and tambourine in addition to singing. Here's Tonight I'm Afraid of the Dark, 오늘 밤은 어둠이 무서워요 by 10cm. A couple of my other favorites from 10cm are Morning Calls, Morning Call, and 4 a.m. Sadly, the time has come where I need to wrap up the show. Thank you for those who have listened up until now, whether you were here from the beginning or joined in halfway through. For those of you who unfortunately just tuned in and missed out most of the show, no worries. You can tune in next time. K.Aire Jamz will air every other week on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and rerun on Sundays at 3 p.m. I will also be uploading every episode of K.Aire Jamz onto my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube as LeggoMissC, LeggoMissC. If you have any questions about me or just K-pop in general, please feel free to email me at MissC@aewen.com. Once again, this has been your host, Miss C, and I look forward to speaking with you guys all on my next episode of K.Aire Jamz. 지금까지 Miss C입니다. Bye!